What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome along to episode number 46 of the F1 Ultimate Career Series for the Belgian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the last episode, as always, make sure to go check that one out before you see this one. And if you are new around here, then make sure to get subscribed for more future F1 content as the series continues on. So, 6 more rounds left to go then in the 2022 F1 season. Of course, starting with Belgium here today. It should be a very exciting end to the season, but of course you have got resource points to spend after our last race in Hungary, so we'll put those towards some upgrades. I'll first look towards the chassis department here and put on a major upgrade. That'll come in not after Spa, but after Zandvoort, which is our next episode, so that'll come in for the Italian Grand Prix. And of course the powertrain department as well, go for one minor upgrade on engine power and the crankshaft, and that'll help us. That'll come in after this episode in Spa. In terms of the power unit then, of course, energy store and control electronics box, we think it was more or less ran those through the floor now at this point. They've done 10 of the Grand Prix, all 10 Grand Prix this season, so we'll put those in for the last 6 rounds. The MG UK looks a bit worn, I have to keep an eye on that, and potentially could see issues with that later on in the next few rounds, try and change that in the next couple of races. And the standings, of course, we lead the way by 9 points over Verstappen. Sainz is 17 back, so there's every chance of any one of us three taking the title. Mercedes lead the constructors by just 4 points to Red Bull, so it's all very close right now. In terms of our rivalry then, first round of that with Perez, last time out, Perez beat us 5-4 on that front. So truthfully, Red Bull are our biggest opponents. Of course, McLaren and Ferrari are still quite fast, but Red Bull, we're facing Max in the Drivers' Championship. We've got Perez in our rivalry, and of course, overall, we're trying to defend our lead in the Constructors' Championship. So it's crucial we beat those guys over the next few races. But before we do that, we've got a problem in the marketing department here in terms of our current merch line. So we can either go for higher cost, lower cost, or ignore it completely. I haven't got enough money to go for a higher cost, so go for lower cost upgrades on that, and hopefully that'll help us later on down the line. But of course, advancing the last little bit of time before the race, and weekly resources coming through, so we'll see if we can put towards any upgrades. I think by this point in the season, we're reaching the point now where each upgrade takes about over 1,000. So we'll look around here, recommend that upgrade, nothing on the board, unfortunately. So nothing we can do for now. So we'll save those resource points for the next episode. But it's time now to head over to Spa-Francorchamps and get this week's race weekend underway. Round 11 of the season, the Belgian Grand Prix. Here we go then, time for qualifying here at Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix, round 11 of the season. Of course, we had 2 solid races in Spa in our first 2 seasons of Ultimate Career, but crucially, one of those races was last season. We had the pace to beat Max Verstappen, of course, was our teammate at the time, but that was the second of our 4 mechanical failures across the course of the season. Of course, cost us one of the victories that could have been detrimental to our championship chances, but hopefully we'll try and redeem ourselves and try and take victory today, as we have done at previous locations over the course of this season. So onto the racetrack now and getting set for our first flying lap here out of the last corner and up towards turn 1. La Source, as the time that gets underway, of course, La Source notable for many collisions in the past at that very first corner, including last season for us, of course, Charles Leclerc making contact with Daniel Ricciardo on the opening lap after an audacious dive into the first turn off the race start. Going down towards turn 2 now, turn 2, Eau Rouge, of course. A lot of people consider Eau Rouge to be the long hill going up through turns 3 and 4, but Eau Rouge is the bottom for turn 2, and Radion is turn 4 at corner exit. So going on to the Kemmel Straight now, and onto the second DRS zone rather, on the lap, and going down towards Le Con, that's turn 5, of course, end of the first sector, approaching us quite quickly here in the first split, 30.5, of course, as always, the banker lap will be crucial in this first lap to try and get our bearings on the circuit. Of course, we'll look to see if we can make any improvements on our second set of tyres on our second lap. In this case, the tyre wear feels okay, no real concerns on that front after the first lap. We're coming to the last corner and towards the line here. We are quite down on time. 1 minute 45.5 is our first effort. It's a full second off of Carlos Sainz. One of the Red Bulls coming through behind will likely go faster than that. Fortunately, on our second lap, stay on the same set of tyres and managed to get a decent toll for Sebastian Vettel going down towards Le Con. So, improvement by about a quarter of a second there in the first sector, making that 3.5 tenths coming through the last few corners. Let's make our way now off of turn number 19 and completing our second lap up by half a second, puts us into 4th place and a bit closer to Sainz, but by this point Leclerc has managed to go faster than his Ferrari teammates. We enter turn 1 once again. Still time to be gained then over the course of the session. As we accelerate time, we're in P6 right now, so behind everyone except for our teammate Lewis Hamilton. Of course, only 11 thousandths up on him. But we'll put our second set of soft tyres and go for one more lap. Red first sector is obviously winning at the toll for Sebastian Vettel, but obviously fresh tyres allows us to set a purple second sector. 1 minute 15.7 there, and we've got a sector to go. And this could be a good time here. We could potentially be on to try and take a spot on the front row, perhaps even pole via a good last sector, but I think we might have made a mistake early on going out of turn 15, a lot slower through there, and going through turn 16 and 17 now up towards the bus stop chicane for the last time in qualifying. Only 3 tenths up, so not a lot right now. Can we try and get any more in these last 2 corners, braking as late as we can, hitting the apex nice and tight there, and into the last left-hander off turn 19, up by half a second up towards the line, improving massively to come towards the checker flag. It's P3 in the end, so missing the front row unfortunately, but that's a good qualifying position. We'll have to see who beat us over the course of the session, but overall a good start, a good chance of going to turn 1 tomorrow.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top 3. Perez, Sainz Sainz and Cohen. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So Sergio Perez then takes pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz will start alongside him on the run towards the source tomorrow. We take P3 with Verstappen, our title rival, lineup in P4. Norris, Leclerc, Alonso, Gasly, Hamilton P9, that's a concern. And Ricciardo rounds at the top 10. We've got the pace to keep up. It's time now to head into the Belgian Grand Prix.
We're in Belgium once again for today's round of the Formula One World Championship. It's a race that the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since Michael Schumacher back in 1992. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Cohen, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo, Ocon, Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher, Joe, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Alex Albon, Magnussen, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once more by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Cohen. That was a solid result in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Here we go then, no more talking, time for action here at the Belgian Grand Prix from 3rd place on the grid with a good chance of taking our 5th win of the season. In terms of strategy for the race ahead then, I've considered looking at the alternate strategy as we've done in previous races, but we'll keep it to the default one for today with not a lot of time to be gained over the course of this one. So we'll start on the medium tyres, go for those of 10 laps, and then 12 laps on hard tyres to check a flag, and that should get us to the front and hopefully keep us in front of our main title rivals Verstappen and Sainz.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race.
So Perez and Sainz lead the field to turn 1, and the starting tyres there, Carlos Sainz the outlier on those soft tyres for his first stint. So I'm not sure what the plan is over at Ferrari, but it looks like they might have something up their sleeve. We'll have to keep an eye out for those two cars over the course of the race.
As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
It's out of turn 19 and onto the grid to get ready for the start of the 22 laps here around Spa. It's a cloudy day. It shouldn't be any risk of rain over the course of this one, but we'll keep an eye on the sky as this one continues on. Verstappen to our left here going towards turn 1. It's been a while since Zach managed to out-qualify him, but hopefully this time out we'll be able to beat him as well as we did last time out in Hungary, and just sort of slowly building that championship lead to try and help us clinch the crown if we can a race or two early if possible. Of course, a retirement for Verstappen would do fantastically for us as the last two cars take their spots on the grid. It's Perez looking for his first career win in Formula 1. Sainz alongside him looking to try and get back in the championship fight. Myself and Verstappen, the two main title contenders, up in P4 and P3. Here come the lights for the Belgian Grand Prix. Lights up, foot to the floor, and we are racing in the Ardennes Forest. Perez a good start, tries to cover off Sainz, going up towards the source, but Sainz was outside already. There goes Norris, making it through up between myself and Verstappen into turn 1. On corner X, keeps the right hand side to avoid making contact, but clearing both cars there. Verstappen down a place crucially. Norris takes P4 away. Sainz and Perez go side by side. Sainz on those soft tyres heading into Eau Rouge for the first time. Who emerges in front of those two cars? Looks like Perez has the edge for now. Over the curve bit at turn 3, but Norris is right there back with us. We're going down the Camel Straight for the first time. Down towards Lecom turn 5. Norris closing in now. Pulled to the right hand side of the racetrack. Verstappen close behind him too. Might try to take it through either. From the outside, going in and out-braking Norris. He's still on our inside there. Going through, gets on the curbs, falls away, and it's P3 for us at the start. So we've maintained our starting spot. Sainz stays behind Perez for now, but a decent getaway from us. And crucially for us, Norris getting around Verstappen. On to lap 2 though. Perez is still leading the way. We're close to Sainz in second place. Norris half a second back. Verstappen still in passing range too. He's going down towards the bus stop, turn 18. That's the next braking zone on the circuit, and closing on the Spaniard, of course. Carlos Sainz, our initial title rival before Verstappen entered the picture, going down towards the braking zone for the second time in this race, down the inside of Carlos Sainz from a long way back, and trying to outbrake the Spaniard on going around the outside on corner exit of turn 19 and taking second place away. So Sainz on those soft tyres, perhaps not as lethal as you might have hoped there. So it's second place for us. We get to work and try and hunt down Sergio Perez now as Verstappen sets the fastest up in the Grand Prix on lap 2. He's still got pace in this thing as DRS gets unable for the first time onto lap 3. Onto lap 5 though, get our first chance to try and take on Perez for the top spot, going down towards turn 5. Going late on the brakes there, but over the curb, and Perez takes advantage, has the smooth line going in and holds on to the lead for now. But we know he knows we're there now. He knows we're about. Sainz 7/10 back, no concern, but behind us for now. We're trying to make another move from Perez now, going down into turn 8, down the inside of the Mexican, and taking the race lead for the first time today on lap 5, and fastest lap to boot as well. We've got pace in our Mercedes, despite perhaps the lackluster performance in qualifying, at least on our first lap. Bit wide there, making our way out of turn 9, and Perez the inside for Poo on turn 10. He's underneath us, coming into the braking zone. We've got to give him the space, and he pulls in front, reclaims the race lead, but comes across us, trying to cover us off, but we're not going for a move just yet. We're trying to make a move going down towards turn 12 if we can, closing on Perez a little bit there, who locks up and goes straight on there. Perez off the circuit and down to 4th place now. Sainz in 2nd place, Norris 3rd, Verstappen and Perez side by side for P4 onto lap 6 now, and we're holding the lead of this Grand Prix. Perez made a big mistake there. He's managed to maintain P3, but Lando Norris is now our main focus, and of course he almost managed to win last time out in Hungary. He wants it here in Belgium, going to the inside, going to the outside of Eau Rouge, and up at Radion, taking the lead on corner exit. Lando Norris leads for the first time this season. He'll have DRS 2 as a crucial point, being in behind the detection point. We're going to try and get him back without DRS, going down towards turn 5 once again, but Norris has pace. That McLaren is dangerously quick and perhaps on par with the top 3 teams at this point in the standings. Further on to lap 6 now, heading down towards the bus stop once again. They're trying to go in for another move as we did on Sainz earlier on in this race. They're closing in all the time on our compatriot in the McLaren, making our way up towards the outside, going into turn number 18, but Norris locks up and goes straight on himself. 2 mistakes there, 2 drivers locking up, and crucially our two main opponents in this Grand Prix so far. So we take an easy lead back onto lap 7 of this Grand Prix. Norris 7/10 back, Perez, Verstappen, then Leclerc round out the top 5. Hamilton is with the lead train right now, but is struggling to move many places. Onto lap 7 here, pushing further on into the lap. Norris is still on our tail, going down towards turn 9, and on correct, go a bit too wide there, off the curbs, and Norris takes full advantage, goes stifling down the inside, looking for the place at turn 10 as Perez did a couple laps ago. There goes Norris on the inside, going to try and hold our line this time, going a bit wide off the circuit, but maintaining our lead, only just side by side with him, off corner exit, going down towards turn 12. Once again, Norris is there on our left, going into the right-hander, making our way through, outbrakes us going in. They have the inside line for turn number 13, and jumps back in front. Lando Norris reclaims the lead, and Perez trying for a move to take second place away, but won't do it for now. We'll maintain P2 only just onto lap 8 now, and going through turn 9 once again. Big slide there, and Perez might take advantage of that too. A lot of mistakes in his first stint, crucially. Perez around the outside this time. He's taking us on the inside of Puon, but take us on the outside now as well. Over the curb, they're losing time. Norris away, Perez second. Verstappen is still behind us in 4th place. Onto lap 10 now. Going to try and get Perez back. Of course, going towards our first pit stop of this Grand Prix, pitting this lap. He's closing on Perez all the time now, going down towards Lecom. The inside of the Mexican, going into the corner, gives us the space, locks up again, and almost goes straight on once more, back into P2. Once again, the 2 cars around us have locked up massively, made crucial mistakes in this Grand Prix. And if you wonder why I see a yellow flag for Latifi there, it's because once again, he's had another problem. Nicholas Latifi on lap 10 will go for his 3rd straight race retirement. It's been such an unfortunate summer so far for Nicholas Latifi, who pulls the car over, and it's game over for him once more. No smoke from that Williams, so all seems okay on that front. But coming to the end of lap number 10 now, Norris stays out. We're coming in for our first and only pit stop of this race onto the hard tyres, and narrowly avoiding both the inside and outside wall. They get any more damage than we might have liked, or indeed any at all. But coming into the pit lane now for our pit stop, and looking for an optimal turn-in for the crew to get to work and put those hard tyres on the race car here. Verstappen and Leclerc both joining us. Who comes out first? It's going to be us coming out first. Only just 2.4 second stop. A bit early in releasing the clutch there, and as a result, Verstappen is right on our tail. Carlos Sainz obviously started on the soft tyres, made his pit stop a couple laps ago. He's onto a set of mediums here, so imagine he's going for a 2-stop on this Grand Prix, which I wouldn't recommend given everyone else is on a 1-stop. We'll see where he emerges here, and we'll see where we emerge on corner exit out of turn 1, going down towards turn 2. Mick Schumacher on our left, getting in front of us. There is Sainz on corner exit. He pulls side by side with us, pulls alongside, going down towards Eau Rouge. And let's be honest, we haven't been able to win a fight here, going through turns 2, 3 and 4. So Sainz on our outside of the inside for turn 4, up through Radion, and takes the place away. Verstappen, thanks to our poor exit, is right on our tail now, going down the Camel Straight once again, and towards Lecom. Verstappen on the inside now, going towards the right handle, closing on Sainz as well. Going to try to take it 3 wide on the brakes if we can, going into the corner. Sainz is there in front. Verstappen goes over the curb, hits us there. Contact, the 2 title rivals collide, and Verstappen is there in front of us, goes side by side with us through turns 5 and 6 and 7, and through turn 7 now, keeping it in front of Verstappen, who's not done yet, but crucial moment there. And that might cost us a lot of time, of course, to both Perez and Norris, who haven't pitted in this Grand Prix as of yet. Verstappen still going at us through turn 8 and towards turn 9 now. We're trying to pull in front of the Dutchman if we can, but what happened to Max Verstappen? Because that seems very un-Verstappen-like. Have a look at the replay of what happened going from when we got to Kimmel straight. So Sainz in front of us, of course, our poor exit out of Radion allows Verstappen to close in. He goes to the inside of the racetrack, and we're trying to make a move on Sainz at the same time with the DRS to our advantage, going down towards the right-hander. But Verstappen going in, and Verstappen locks up there, goes across the curb and takes both of us out. And luckily, it's supposed to be in the race and avoid any sort of damage, fortunately. So we're still in this one for the most part. But Verstappen may have given us a little bit. I'm not too sure there. But there was nothing major. We're carrying as we are. Of course, he tries again going down towards turn 8. Because we run a bit wide there. So Verstappen takes the opportunity up the inside, tries the chance. Can't quite do it. He's still on our outside going towards turn 9. We've got the inside line there. And try and force him out corner exit. So he goes towards the curb. And Leclerc tries to challenge him. But onto lap 12 now. Verstappen and Leclerc right on our tail. We've managed to catch Lewis Hamilton onto the right-hand side of the dust a little bit there. Going towards the bus stop once again. Of course, our last race winner, of course, our teammate in this season, down the inside of Hamilton there at turn 19 and try and give him the worst line off corner exit and taking P4 back. Have to get to work now to try and chase down the 3 race leaders. Perez is still in the lead, Norris second, and Sainz in third. But of course, crucially, we know Sainz is going to have to make another pit stop in this thing to even have a chance to get to the end of this one. So there he goes, and off into the pit lane. So we retake P3, but Perez takes our fastest lap. So that's our bonus point out the window there. On to lap 18, a few laps later now. Perez and Norris pulling away the hard tyres. Definitely not as effective in terms of chasing down the 2 cars in front. Verstappen is right on our tail here. We've managed to break away from Lewis and Leclerc. They're going down towards turns 18 and 19 once more. The bus stop, Verstappen is right on our tail. This time we might be the car under attack going towards the right hand. We'll try and take advantage and try and get DRS going in. But Verstappen is there in front of us without braking. And hopefully we'll try and get DRS back on corner exit going down the main straight. But hopefully this has worked. We'll see if we can get the rear wing open. We can't get the rear wing open, but neither can Verstappen, so we dead even there. I'm not quite sure in terms of what's happened, but no DRS for either one of the 2 cars. But Verstappen, crucially, is now back there with Lewis Hamilton. He's made way through onto lap 19, pushing on now to the end of lap number 21, and pushing on now to start the last lap of this Grand Prix. One more lap to keep Verstappen and Hamilton at bay here. Perez and Norris are pulling away. Those 2 are fighting for P1 right now to go up towards La Source for the 22nd and final time. But Verstappen is right there on our tail, and we get a poor exit. He might try and take advantage going through Eau Rouge and up to Radion once again, and down the Kimmel straight as he did earlier. We might try and take advantage, of course, our instance over the course of this Grand Prix and try and take P3 back. Of course, that's crucial 3 points that will let slip if he manages to get past us going through towards turn 5. But once again, a poor run through Eau Rouge, and Verstappen is right there looking to try and challenge us on the way down towards turn 5. Verstappen to the outside of the racetrack, trying to defend the inside, but he goes breezing past us in the Red Bull. That could be P3 gone potentially on the last lap of this Grand Prix to go into turn 5 for the last time. He locks up, and Verstappen's gone straight on. He's bottled it. I don't believe that. What a wrong move from Verstappen, and puts himself at prey of Lewis Hamilton now. Verstappen had P3 in his hands, and he's just thrown it away. We'll take P3 in this thing, provided there's no more challenge there. But up front, Sergio Perez is going towards the last few corners of this race with Lando Norris in tow once again. Norris will once again finish in second place, but it'll be Sergio Perez who comes through on the first year of his return to F1, takes the checkered flag and wins for the first time in his F1 career. Sergio Perez, take a bow. You're a race winner at last. Last few corners, Norris has fastest lap to his credit. We'll come to the last turn now for ourselves. Verstappen threw that one away. Checkered flag is up. P3 and a return to the podium. Of course, missed it in Hungary, but back on the podium here in Belgium. Verstappen gets around us there, but Max is a bit late for that. I can't believe that. That was very uncharacteristic of Max. Of course, the collision earlier on the race didn't help his chances, didn't help our chances either. Allowed Perez and Norris to get away with the win, but crucially, P3 and more points gained on the Dutchman.
What a great race then, and a magnificent victory here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
Sergio Perez wins them for the first time in his F1 career. Lando Norris finishes in second place. You have to wait a bit longer for that crucial first victory, and we'll finish in third place only just after Verstappen threw that one away in the last lap. Two halves of the Red Bull garage. One will be pleased and one will be disappointed that podium place is in their grasp, and that's 3 more points for Verstappen that's gone our way instead. So we'll have a look now at the race results from this Belgian Grand Prix, and we'll see, of course, how the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship have both changed.
Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Cohen increases their championship lead. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz certainly wasn't someone to scoff about. His ability to follow race strategies throughout with pinpoint precision has to be commended.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings, and Red Bull take over as championship leaders. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
So Verstappen finishes in 4th place, then first car off the podium. Hamilton finishes 5th. Leclerc, Alonso, Gasly, Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon round out the top 10. Carlos Sainz finished P11 in the end. The 2-stop was not the one this Grand Prix, so his title chances could get a bit slimmer after today's race. Have a look at the championship and see exactly how much we increased that lead by. It'll be up to 12 points, I imagine, over Verstappen. Yes, there it is. So we lead the championship still. First car's 200 points, and Carlos Sainz now sits 32 back. The 2-stop, as I say, was not the right plan. Perez with the win takes P4 in the standings. Hamilton still there in P6. Red Bull now lead the constructors by 8 points to Mercedes. It was still very close though, but Ferrari have perhaps thrown it away. 35 points will be tough to gain back in the next couple of races. But guys, that'll do it then for this episode of the F1 Ultimate Career Series. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more future F1 content. Have an absolutely fantastic day as always, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.